Okay, tribe, that's it for today's study group. Thank you all for attending. You know how I do. Did you guys like this group? Not like this group? Listen, Ray, wasting our Saturday doing these groups, man. Honest feedback.
Hi, Ray. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say thank you, Ray, for going above and beyond today. It was a long group, but it was worth every bit of it. I know we probably wouldn't been able to get the detailed responses that you provided from another group. So thank you so much for all that you did today. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I probably would have passed my test the first time if I had known about your program. Of course, I just researched on YouTube, and I mean, everybody that does theirs, you're direct, you're energetic, and it helps. And I just hate that I have only been on your program for maybe this might be the second or third Saturday. Again, could have passed it the first time, or at least known more.
It's okay. We found each other now, and you know, there's no better time than the present. So we're just gonna make sure that we pass this time around.
Thanks, Ray. You're awesome.
Absolutely, and thank you for being a part of our tribe. Definitely.
Mr. Ray, I just wanted to say thank you for this wonderful experience. This was my first time being in a study group, and I feel like I learned a lot from just being a part of this group. Even though I got a few of the questions wrong, hey, I got a lot of education from my colleagues and as well as you, and I just really appreciate you accepting my invitation into this group. I definitely will tell my colleagues about you, and those who are still in school that are behind me, I'll let them know that you're the best person to go to for information and for study group. So be blessed, and thank you so much.
No, thank you. I definitely appreciate that. And I all part of the learning process, you know. And in the beginning, I was like, I don't care if we got all of them wrong, as long as we're learning and growing from them, we're just going to be better for next time. So I'm happy you attended and got value out of the group.
I think it's always helpful to have collective group study to hear other people's perspectives of why they view the questions the way they did. If you put any more of your material online, whether it's free, whether it's paid, like we would pay for your notes, because those are helpful for us who are visual learners who don't have the time to type up all of that stuff or where to find it. So your stuff is very clear, concise. You speak very well, so it's difficult to keep up with other people. So your stuff is very much appreciated.
No, absolutely. And yeah, everyone has their own like flavor and style and everything like that. But I'm glad you guys like my style and everything. So absolutely.
Yeah, I want to second that, because I know that, you know, she was talking about being willing to pay for notes. I know that even when I can't make a session, you know, you need to start selling your notes. Even if we can't make a session, we'll buy your notes. If we cannot attend, start selling those. We will buy them, you know, if we can't attend. And I know that for me, it's very helpful to listen to the rationales and have you break down the questions for us. And what I really appreciate is that you try to get us as close as possible to what the exam is actually going to be like, when there are other study groups out there who are charging like $60 to $100 per session for 3 to 4 hours. And the way it's set up and the way it's presented is so hard, and it's just so unlike the exam that you feel discouraged, and you know, like you're not going to do well because the questions are just too complicated and they're nothing like they're going to be on the exam. So I really appreciate that you actually set us up to win and to feel confident while you're still explaining to us what we need to look out for and what it might look like on the exam. So I just so appreciate that. And this was just really worth the 4 to 5 hours. And don't apologize to us. Like, I feel bad that you spent this much time with us, you know, and that you're not charging like the $60 to $80 to $100 that a lot of these groups, study groups, are out there doing, and you still don't come away feeling as prepared or understanding, because they're just so difficult and so unlike what the test is going to be like. So I just really appreciate you really wanting us to win. Like when you say that you want to teach us how to fish, I really feel like that you are doing that, and that is your intention. So thank you so much.
No, absolutely. And I get it. Like registering for the test, that costs money. Study groups, not knowing what study groups to, be involved with and everything like that. I get it. And that's why I'm just like, you know what? Pay whatever dollar amount you want and we'll rock out from there. Heck, even if you pay $1, that'd be the best dollar you ever spent, So, and I always want to be able to give that value. And that I really, when I'm doing these study groups, I always say like, okay, 2 hours. But then when we go and get into it, is like, I want to make sure that like, I'm really giving you guys that value, that information, that understanding. So like you really, really like grasp the material, that guidance, that understanding, that insight. And then when I look at my phone, I'm like, oh, I went over a couple hours, but yeah, you guys are the tribe, so it's worth it.
And and I love that you don't bombard us and try to make us memorize all of the acronyms. And while those may be helpful, that can get really confusing if that's how you're teaching somebody how to take the exam versus, okay, let's look at what's actually here. So I appreciate that you don't bombard us with, you gotta know this acronym and let's Kapati and all that stuff like that, because it gets confusing and that just doesn't work. It actually complicates the process sometimes. So just thank you for just your style and for being true to that and for really having a heart to help us. Like I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right. Oh, go ahead.
I was saying I wanted to come and say thank you. This was my first study session, and actually sitting down and breaking down like how the disorder goes and like your tips on it exactly was really helpful. You really break it down. Like I had a professor say before, like, oh, like I'm breaking it down like baby food, and you really do break it down like baby food for us to really grasp and understand it and get the concept and not memorizing it. So I appreciate it a whole lot.
Absolutely. I would say talk to me like I'm 4. Like that's how I like when I'm learning anything, I want the person teaching like talk to me like I'm 4. Like make it very simplistic for me to digest, understand, and that's what I want to do for you guys.
And can I just say about the simplistic, really quick, about the Piaget theorists? I'm trying to understand them all, but I think out of all the videos I've saw about, just teaching or just, reminding us or just helping us recall about the theorists, Piaget was the best one. 2, 4, and 7, 12 and up. Go Piaget. Go. So everybody I tell, I'm like, go look at that one. If you need to understand about Piaget, go look at that one. And that is the best. And thank you so much. I love it. Keep them coming.
No, absolutely. I'm glad you enjoy it.
I agree. When I'm reading Ray's notes, it's like he's speaking when he put his spin on things. But the 2 hour is now the new 4 hour. Thank you, Ray.
It's all good.
Thank you for another phenomenal session. I continue to feel confident in my learning, and thank you for the sessions, the great examples, the videos, and your energy and your vibe. It just keeps me excited and keep coming back to learn more. And thank you again.
No, absolutely. And that's the goal. My goal is to help our tribe members pass. And we're just going to keep going at it. If it goes over sometimes, go from 2 hours to 4 hours, 5, 6, we'll get there. It's worth it.
Yes. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to thank you, Ray, because I feel like your study groups does motivate me every week. When I'm not feeling like I really want to study, I come to your groups, I get really motivated, and I learn a lot from everybody and from you and the way you break down the questions. And then it kind of motivates me to actually study during the week. So I do appreciate your group. I appreciate you. Thanks.
No, absolutely. And I'm glad that gives us that spark is like, you know what, let me get back on the study and let's do what we need to do. You guys got this, man. Okay. Thank you guys for attending today's study group. Definitely love and appreciate you guys. And we got this. We're going to keep doing, our 2 practice questions a day to help keep the exam anxiety at bay. And we're going to keep, putting in the work, and it's okay. Believe in ourselves, breathe. We got this. And we got this. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your night.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Have a good weekend.